All right, contest time for Drahcir. Fuck it. Hello, YouTubers, Doom143, and I am here with a contest entry in for my boy, Drahcir's Comics and Things. Great guy, man. Been sub to the guy for a while. He's been sub to me for a while. Really, you know, we chat, off of YouTube every once in a great while. Just a really cool guy, man. Just an awesome guy, and yeah, I wanted to support him. Huge congratulations on the 250 mark. You know, it's that's a milestone, man. Just really huge congratulations. Yeah, Drahcir is a great guy. Solid collection, man. If you have not subbed to Drahcir, by all means, please do. I will leave a link. I'll make it super easy for you. I'll leave a link. All you gotta do is click on the link, sub the guy up. The guy is awesome. You will not regret it. He has a 250 subscriber contest. He basically wanted you to just touch base on your your 2017 collection so far, up to date. How's it been going? What have you been collecting? What have you completed? What have you not completed? What have you chased and got? What have you chased and still haven't found? He wants you to be 18 years and over. I just turned 18 last week, so awesome. And he wants you to, just shout out at least 5 YouTubers under 200. So I have a little bit more than 5. I'll leave a link to all of these people here. So you got Longbox Love Affair, you got Chris witunsky, Mr. Collector 123, Max Martinez, Pop Comic Culture, Comic Book Ninja, Jory, I think it's Gory J, The Jobber, Bad Scorpio 1168, and Rizers Comics. Like I said, I'll leave a link to all of these guys. All of them are under 200. I think the majority of them are under 100. But just, it's awesome to see the community grow. And, it's kind of weird for me to say that because I haven't even made a year. So for me to say like the community growing, I'm actually a part of the growth of the community still. And it's an awesome community. Everybody has definitely welcomed me with open arms, and I'm just I'm just thankful for all of that. And people like Drahcir has been a huge part of the community, and thank you for putting on this contest. All right, so what do you want? Okay, so talk about your 2017 collection and how's it been going so far. I would say my 2017 has been going quite well. It's been going really quite well. Okay, so how should I say this? Basically what I wanted to do in 2017 was to stop my weekly pulls. I was determined to dig into back issue bins, dig into dollar bins, 50-cent bins. I was determined to go on Craigslist and eBay and try to stealth buy as much as possible. One, if I could find key books for a really good price, and 2, or I could find books that I knew were worth, at least a decent amount of money, and then try to flip them so I could buy bigger books. This year, 2017, has been about really focusing and honing on basically 3 things. 1, big variants, like not just every variant that comes out every week, but like the really hard to find, really sought after variants. So I wasn't really focusing on 2017 variants, even though there's been some great ones. I've been trying to focus backwards as far as like 2006, 2007, 2008, 9, 10, etc. on those variants. Now a lot of times, when you do that, you tend to, quote unquote, miss the boat. But I don't know. To me, it's fine because I'm not doing any of the weekly pulls. So, because the weekly pulls used to cost me like $50. And I guess one day I was all like, why am I spending $50 on weekly pulls that I'm really not enjoying when I could just really buy one $50 comic that I really, really enjoy? Or I could give it a couple weeks and just buy a $100 comic. And I really enjoyed reading the independents, but I wasn't really enjoying, I guess, reading everything else. DC's been coming out with some great reads, though. I will say that. The Rebirth stuff, some of them has been really awesome. Okay, so again, going back to the original, just really focusing and honing on huge variants. I wanted to collect artists that I like, artists that I love, and I wanted to find like their biggest work. Like if I can't afford their biggest work, then their number 2, and if I couldn't afford their number 2, I'd try to go for their number 3. Whatever I could put within my budget, that would be like their biggest work. And then the third thing would just be kind of like Bronze Age, Silver Age, key books, first appearances, iconic storylines, iconic covers. And those are the 3 things I focused on. And that's where I wanted to validate, quote unquote, validate my collection. And just make it just a really cool collection. I guess in my head, I wanted, like, if somebody were to come over my house, like, and then they would see my collection, they would just be like in awe. I don't know if that sounds, I don't know. Is that egotistical? I'm not too sure. But that's basically what I wanted. And that's where I'm focused on. All right, I think that's enough jibber jabber for me. Okay, so what have I been collecting? So stuff like this. So again, artists that I love and like one of their biggest pieces. So this is a Supergirl in the Legion of Superheroes 23. Beautiful Adam Hughes cover, gorgeous, one of his most sought after works. It might not be his number 1, might not be his number 2, but it's definitely top 3 somewhere. I know he's got some other books that are highly, highly sought after, but this is definitely one of them. And so that's why I picked up this one. For you guys that's been following me or you know me personally, I love Gabriel Delato. And so this is X23 number 1. Again, gorgeously done by Delato. First of all, you got this brand new, soon to be iconic superhero. You got this beautiful oil painting done. This is back in 2010 when Delato really put a lot of work into his painting. He put a lot of detail. He really spiced it up back in these days, and this is definitely one of those highly sought after ones. So just really stoked to own this one by Delato. Other things I've been trying to collect, like I said, just iconic stories. So Green Lantern, Green Arrow. What number is this? 80? 80 something. Why am I blanking out? Jesus criminy. 85. Gosh, why did that take me forever? So yeah, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, 85. The funny thing about this Green Lantern, Green Arrow, from my understanding from the big collectors, is that the cover is only iconic because the story is iconic. And that's why, this book with the whole drug issue and stuff like that, it's crazy. And this one, on top of Green Lantern, Green Arrow 76, is also one of those iconic covers only because it's an iconic story. This is the book that, if you guys are wondering, where there's actually a part where an older African-American gentleman is actually talking to Green Arrow. And he's all like, you're watching over the purple people, you're watching over the orange people, but what have you done lately for the black people? So, things like that, just very iconic stories, very iconic things going on in the comic book. And then on top of that, you just have this badass Neil Adams cover, and that just makes the book in general just very iconic. There's not a lot of people chasing this stuff, there's not a lot of people right now. People know about the book, but there's not a lot of people chasing it as far as like comic book history And I think that's why I'm trying to pick it up, because the radar isn't there yet. And I mean, the radar is always on this book, but it's not for the majority of the collectors. Everybody's so variant high right now that it's kind of good for me to pick up these Bronze and Silver Age keys. Funny story though, I've been hearing through convention people that a lot of people are starting to go back to Bronze and Silver Age. So stuff like this, Captain America 100, you know, just break premiere issues of him. Invincible Iron Man #1. Again, another iconic cover, iconic story. Again, just trying to pick up these really bigger books. It doesn't have to be 9.0s or anything like that. Just really wanted to own what I would call a piece of comic book history, you know? That Delato X-23 #1 is a badass book, but it's not part of comic book history yet. But things like this, you know, Batman 181, First Poison Ivy. This stuff is, that's actually on the plastic. Okay, whew, made me worry. But yeah, stuff like this is, you know, it's iconic. And just absolutely love this book. And yes, this one has the poster in it. Right now, I felt it was such a great time to pick up Fantastic Four books. Things that they're not talking about. So as far as like Fantastic Four 48, first appearance of Silver Surfer, just really such an iconic book, iconic superhero that no one's talking about. You know, no one's talking about Silver Surfer. Not a lot of people talking about Galactus and all of that stuff. So just really, I felt like it's a great time to just pick these books up before they just explode. And yeah, I just, man, this is a book I've always wanted to have for a while now because of the storyline and everything. And so this year, 2017, was just, I felt like it was a good time to just pick up a lot of these. As I get better as a collector, I'm starting to realize that you never want to chase the chase, man. You always want to chase the stuff that people aren't chasing. And this is the stuff where I feel like, you know, I'm in a safer area now. You know, if I try to chase NYX3, it's not that it's too late, but it's going to be expensive. New Mutants 87, New Mutants 98, all of those books they're creeping up there, man. And now's not the time with all the movies and stuff. But stuff like Silver Surfer, Galactus, just perfect timing. This one was a book that I bought before the news came out about the movie, so I was super stoked. Lois Lane, #70, first Silver Age appearance of Catwoman. So, you know, again, one of those books, not a lot of people can afford her first appearance because her first appearance is Batman 1. So, you know, again, that first Silver Age appearance of Catwoman, I'll definitely take that. And perfect timing, right? With the whole movie and all of that stuff coming out. Just love having this. The Gotham City Sirens, if that thing does well and the story does well, you can't tell me that they're not going to find a way to add in Zatanna. And again, really just trying to think ahead. So Hawkman #4, just first appearance as Zatanna. You know, just really trying to stay one step ahead of the game, or just trying to chase books that really not a lot of people, like, trust me, there are collectors for this. Like, there's a lot of people that know it, but it's not being talked about as much as if there was like a movie or something coming out. And really just trying to hone in on that. Stuff like this, man. This is something I've wanted to own for so long. And yeah, it's a 5.5, but it's my 5.5. So just above mid-grade, there you go. Tomb of Dracula #10, first appearance of Blade. So again, just, you know, stuff like this, like I've been just really trying to get on it. I've been trying to get a new X-Men 101 as far as the future of 2017 goes. But that whole Phoenix movie thing leaked out, so now that book's going cuckoo. So really, I don't have a list for 2017. Books just come as I think about it. Books will come, unfortunately, sometimes because of YouTube. I'll watch somebody, I'll be like, oh, that's right, I don't have that book. And, you know, but at the same time, I'm a huge cover collector, so I'm always going to buy variants. It's just, this is more of my focus. I don't know if that makes sense. It's not like I'm not buying hot variants or like just cool books, but this is where my focus is for 2017. And the cool thing about it is I have no problems flipping the cool variants that I bought, but these type of books, they stay with me. Yeah, there we go. That was my contest entry. Drahcir, I hope you enjoyed it. The rest of the community, I hope you enjoyed it too. Sub up Drahcir, sub up the guys. I'm going to make it super easy. I'm going to leave the links to all of them. All you got to do is click on them and click on that subscription and that bell, and just watch these wonderful guys just pump up videos, man. But yeah, thank you for having this contest, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. To the rest of the community, shoots and mahalos.